give FPX an early lead here in this game. The final pick is going to be Wink on the Nami. Has been another pretty standard pick alongside the Lucian. I feel like we haven't seen it as much. It's been a lot more of the Brahms, even some Leonas. They knew exactly where Milky Way was, but they didn't know until just then. That information, though, allowed for Jun to come down there and pick up the first dragon of the game for JD Gaming, which obviously a pretty good start for them. Slight gold advantage in kind of all lanes, you know, particularly the bottom side is where we're seeing it the largest, but also shout out to Xiaoshu, who is farming up rather nicely on the bottom side now. Now on to who can step up out of the two of them to become that big threat.
This is JDG's time here, right? With all of these ultis up and ready, this is when we're looking to see JDG really pop off. We don't have first items yet, but the fact that FPX are able to steal away just one of those grubs for me is really big. It's a pretty important win for them, and JDG didn't get all 3 grubs. They did get the dragon down on that bot side, and I feel like this is maybe a little bit of a response to that. First item for Pays being completed. It's the only one on his team. Aside, it's Milky Way on the flip side, who's got that Sundered Sky already picked up.
Milky Way flashes in and knocks away 4 with the Crescent Guard, but he went a little bit too prematurely. It's going to be the equalizer to burn him down as the newest jungler for FPX.
Very decent on this engage here. Milky Way goes in with not really any follow-up. The Braum not able to do too much. The Ornn, Call the Forge God was a little bit late, and now Xiaozu face takes care.
Yeah, he gets exhausted as well. Remember, they burned that flash at the top lane just a couple of minutes ago. The Glacial Fissure going to slow Xiaoshu down. Care going to try to get something back and will with that Unraveled Earth. So overall, making it a 1-for-1, but JDG overall still controlling the map by getting ahead on the objective front.
So if they want to contest this, they've got some big ultimates to be able to do so. We ain't going to be able to sustain up with that ebb and flow. They've got a little bit of vision on it as well now with that ward that Care's walking over. Xiaozu in the river here. Equalizer could be massive.
Scout, Blast Cone's over. He's stuck in the pit right now, but he's okay with that at this point. Shockwave lands on a Milky Way. They're going to try to just focus down the Herald, and Milky Way should smite it away. Pays down to 400 HP. He dashes away, and Xiaoshu's overheated. Shun looking for a little bit more damage onto Jue. Dashing forward, one more crushing blow will seal the fate of Jue. It's a 1-for-0 overall for JDG, but already FPX controlling that Rift Herald. They have themselves the eye in Milky Way's hands, and they'll send themselves back to base overall happy with how things went.
A very strange skirmish here, but it's FPX who come out with that Herald objective. They may lose out on this tier 1 turret in the mid lane, though. You can see Jun fishing for Jarchi.
Forcing a flash. You're going to take that. A lot of mid lane damage, too.
Yeah, they take the turret in the mid lane as well, so I think overall this is very favorable for JDG. Shia not quite able to get in time. Xiaozu doesn't really want the item. He's going to go to top side, finish off that tier 1 turret, and then maybe look to TP in afterwards.
Ooh, Care going forward with the Weaver's Wall. But all of JDG have the ability to actually just dash back out of things here. Now arrive. The Dragon's at 5,000 HP. Zheng gonna have to try to get in there to secure Soul Point for his team. Or just start the fight in its own right. Sheer with the Call of the Forge God lands it onto Pays, forcing him away. And that means that FPX will claim the Drake, and with the Scuttle Crab, be able to walk away with that extra movement speed.
Melted. If Xiaozu walks forward, he's going to be in a bit of trouble as well on this turret.
Does not hit that additional wind becomes lightning, but a huge chunk of damage comes through from Care. And that means that he will pick up his second kill of the game. And Xiaoshu will die once more. That should be the mid-tier or bot tier 1 also going down.
There is going to be some chip damage on this top tier 2, same for the mid lane tier 2 as well, so it's not without its own consequence, but for the time being, it's a good play for FPX to secure themselves one turret, secure themselves a kill as well, and bully this side lane of JDG. Xiaozu there sticking around just a little bit too long, maybe expecting that his way down early can actually help out the squad, and they've already started up this dragon, so again, JDG should find it difficult to walk in here without some unique flank angles.
That's FPX for quickly taking control. As Dragon's down to 5,000 HP. Seismic Shove does not land on the Xiaoshu as Care has a good angle to dish out a lot of damage. The Weaver's Wall is going to come out, actually really separate everybody on JDG. The Call of the Forge God only finding the clone, but that's enough for the Dragon to be secured by Milky Way once again. But the Equalizer is slow in the front lineup. In goes Shun with a Cyclone, and this Tidal Wave will knock up 3. But everybody on FPX should still be able to get away. Jachi wanting to make sure he can try to save his flash a little bit and issue out some more poke. Finally, we'll use that Arcane Shift over the wall.
Yeah, contesting there for FPX actually quite easy, as you highlighted with that spellbook. But for JDG, they do finally end up making that play for the tier 1 turret down on the bot side. Scout able to Whittle away at that health pool and actually find himself now a second turret as Jun top side.
Oh, Shun. He clears out the entire wave of the cycle and forces Care to flash in a bad spot. And here is Pays. Eats a big chunk. Weaver's Wall not going to be used in time.
To walk forward than it is when they're already set up.
He didn't actually use the Weaver's Wall unless it's a visual bug, so that should be available for him to get into things. Call the Forge God comes out. Scout was separated, but he instead goes for the other side of things. Sheer, maybe not finding a single target with that ability as a Tidal Wave combined with the Equalizer. It's chunking Care down to 40% HP. Shockwave lands on a 3 from Scout, and now the slaughter could potentially commence. Shun claims the Otacon. And now Jachi is the healthiest member, but he's the farthest forward. He gets dashed on by Shun. Now a 5v4 has opened up, and Jachi has to flash away. Sheer now taking the brunt of the damage, and he's going to have to use the Shearing Charge to try to escape, but in goes Scout. He flashes forward, gets a double kill, and all of FPX are down. An ace picked up as JDG now control the Rift.
And as soon as they can get in, JDG slaughter FPX. It's clinical down in the bot lane. And honestly, we were saying this season that Scout had been lackluster. This one fight from the JDG mid laner is enough to set apart him from the rest of that grouping once again. A mammoth performance from him down on the bot side.
Even taken. As now FPX look a little bit more desperate. Scout, as we were praising him, now gets caught out, and Milky Way will shut him down. No mid laner this time for JDG to win this team fight, as FunPlus Phoenix can now make their way towards what could be their third Chemtech Drake of the game.
Yeah, and it's Care, just as we criticized him for being caught on a side lane in top lane. Now it's about how well can FPX hold this choke. Making JDG walk in shouldn't be easy.
Yeah, Sheer trying to box out everybody on JDG. Shun unable to ever get into the pit. They knock up Pays. Milky Way with a 3-talent strike, but he goes a little bit too far, and Pays is able to take him down. 2 kills go in the hands of JD Gaming, and they could look for more.
That Dragon secure themselves a Baron as well. The timing looked good, but Jun knows, he knows his smite. He's got it. E. Instead of knocking him up on the knuckle of the wall into the mid lane, he ends up knocking up on the little pillar that he put previously, and is by no means in range to knock up Pays, and that layering of CC wasn't quite available. Milky Way.
Very aggressive with that empowered blast cone, knocking up Pays. There goes a huge combo, and Care gets a rack in his back pocket. Another nice pick from FPX. That's what their composition likes to do, as this game should be in the process of being closed out, but as items start to get picked up, Jachi's now at his 3rd. The ornaments now really coming to play a big role as Sheer has hit level 15. The gold lead will start to matter less and less.
What Wave is in a good position to help them out. When you look at the engages on both of these sides, it's pretty tricky for either side to find that big one.
Oh, let you do that! That's a Shun Scout combo. Shockwave landing onto Jachi, taking him down instantly, and Sheer's the next target, already 2 for nothing, and that might be it. JDG find a perfect engage as they take 2 down and 2 inhibitors.
We love a good caster curse. It's tricky to find an engage. Well, we found the one way that we can. Pays though. Flash.
He's going to get engaged on too, but Milky with the Crescent Guard going to keep himself alive for a little bit. Not enough though, as Pays jumps into the Crescent Guard and ends up picking up the 3rd kill of this extended fight. 3 for nothing now. It's going to have to just be Care and Jue. Not much hope in the world unless these waves can be cleared with these. Wink eats up a ton of tower shots now with the flash away. Should be able to survive.
That top side as well. They should just be able to find that top inhibitor, to use those triple waves of super minions to push into the base.
But there's going to be a number of things at this point. Regardless, it seems that this Lucian is very strong at this point. With the Baron spawning at 45, they might have tried to cut out Scout, but he uses a Shockwave really nicely to stall out Care and wait for the rest of his team to arrive. He gets knocked up though by the Steering Charge. Milky Way going to try to chase him down, but Scout's going to be able to live with the help of the healing from Wink and keep himself alive. And he waits for the rest of his team to respawn. Already 2 for nothing. Jachi has to flash away, and in comes Xiaoshu, burning FPX to a crisp. And Care goes down. Jachi goes forward to try to get one back, but it will not happen. Pays will live with 50 HP, and JDG will control game 1 of this best of 3.
A very meticulous game number 1 from JDG, and one that they win deservingly here. It looks really good for FPX for about 10-15 minutes of this, but an out-execute on FPX here, because they are going to struggle when it comes to those pick situations. But I think that in a full 5v5, if they can take a front to back, then they have a chance. But a Drake started up early on for JDG. FPX looking to look at a contest, but are they fast enough to get in?
Milky Way is going to be in the range to go for a bit of a flip, but a teleport has come in as Xiaoshu will be able to join with his ultimate and his flash. Milky Way steals it with the dragon, and now JDG are stuck in the bounce downs a little bit. Gene Wills does a lot of damage. Here comes the Choo-Choo train. Not going to knock anybody up. Karen instead finding the Justice Punch on the Pays, but he will get targeted, and Xiaoshu will pick up first blood, join the next target, making it 2-0 on JDG's side.
He's stuck in the pit here. JDG, they need to come and collapse on the Varus. He flashed away from the Scion ulti. Now there are 4 people trying to rout him.
They're waiting for Sheer. Milky Way jumps over the wall. Hook shot comes forward. Nice flash away from Scout to keep him alive. And now Pays is looking on the flank at the 5v3. And JDG are liking those odds very nicely. Wink not landing the stun. Sheer still has his ultimatum available. Not letting it on anybody just yet. Another teleport has come in. What a crazy fight we have here in the topside jungle. As Sheer going on to Wink with that Hextech ultimatum. Will be able to take him down. Xiaoshu in some trouble right now. FPX get 2 kills right back. Dre shows up to save face a little bit at the end with the Spellbook teleport, but overall a 3v5 that FPX were able to get 2 kills off of, just based off of some positioning errors from JDG and letting Jachi get out there scot-free, as you mentioned. Just like game number 1, FPX is going to sneak away 1 grub, but JDG will control the rest, as that is a small win on their side of things. However, with FPX getting that first dragon in a much better spot objective-wise than they were the first time around.
Yeah, I think importantly as well, we would give...
Before he can use that Unbreakable Will, that'll be very important if they do decide to contest this major objective. Milky Way starting the dragon up, hoggling it just a little bit, but the vision is played beautifully here by FPX. They've caught out Wink, used the crash down, but the between one from Scout is big, and it forces the land respite out from Milky Way. Teleport coming in, Sheer going to join the party first, but the health bars are so low on FPX's side, and Pays is going to flash forward and try to rip apart FPX again. Milky Way and Jachi force the flash out as Wink is still somehow alive. Xiaoshu comes in, takes the Kindred out, and Jachi is next on the menu. It's going to be the inevitable kill going over to Pays, and Shun going forward onto Sheer and Care as well. JD Gaming get 3 kills for free.
We just said that focusing the support was a bad idea, and FPX fall right into the exact same trap. They commit everything onto Wink, who's able to use the Ferromancy shield as well as Flash to get out to safety. It then leaves FPX stranded in Narnia with JDG with complete ingress onto their 3-man.
LPL players of all time have resulted in JD Gaming not looking as strong as they might have expected all year long. But now Scout's going to look to try to carry this one here for his team, as the Unstoppable Onslaught comes in from Xiaoshu to join his team around that Rift Herald. They should be able to take it down, but FPX look like they want to fight this one out. The Unbreakable Will already burned here by Jue.
Flanking Sheer.
Looking for a big flank. He used the Blast Cone to get over. No! He misses the hook shot, and there's no engage whatsoever on his side, but a 2-man knockback comes through from Jue, and he'll be able to take Wink down at the very least. Could have been even worse for JDG if Sheer landed that combo.
Away from some Aurora spells, but Jun is still here.
Popping the shield, actually going to go aggressive, knowing that the hero's entrance is available. There's that Camille Galio combo. It's going to knock up Shun, but Scout one-shots the Camille, and now turns it into an even numbers fight. And Milky Way and Care don't necessarily like that, with Pays and Wink on the way as well. Justice Punch going to get canceled. Scout takes another kill, and JDG picked 2 more.
Okay, that looks rough. He's actually alive. And then the re-engage coming through, right? You've got just Pillar wailing away on you this whole time.
We're going to get number 5 in terms of the stack department, so that increased range, as you mentioned, and just a little bit of those added stats. Going to come at the cost, though, of JDG getting the 3rd dragon of the game.
So we just take a little bit of a pause here. In the jungle role, with 400 gold being relatively inconsequential when we look at the scale of top lane. But he's picked up the Kraken Slayer, he's working towards that Collector as 2nd item, and once those 2 do hit, your front-to-back nature of this composition should still be, and then you can try and play the fight out after that. But Xiaozu is massively tanky at this stage. He's got 3 levels on Jachi, 2 levels on Milky Way. JDG just playing with FPX right now while Scout's getting free farm in the top side. Has got teleport so he can join whenever, and FPX are the ones that are really burdened to make something happen here. Yes, they're getting a push in on the mid wave, but they're losing out big time on gold in top lane, gold through this bot side as well, getting choked out and experience shared. As JDG, they've stalled for long enough that there's another dragon up, and I think that's the much lower stakes objective for them to try and start here.
JDG had any intention of trying to take that Otacon. It was just to make sure FPX stayed in a disadvantageous position, but now it's Pays that could be in a bad position himself. He gets ultimatum by Sheer, instantly taken down by Jachi, and now Jue with a 3-man pulverize as well. This is the fight that FPX could win. It's already a double kill picked up here for Milky Way, and they're looking for more, but Scout able to clean things up on the backside, taking Sheer down. Jachi still at half HP as 2 members on JDG live, but the rest of FPX should be able to claim this dragon.
And that's what this comp does, Grapes. They find one target, they kill one target. It's a great pick from Care to start it all off. And Shia this time manages to execute on the Camille combo. He flashes onto Pays, gives him no room to escape. And yes, on the Corki, you can flash, you can cleanse, but the second the Camille gets that ulti onto you,
down some of the FPX members. Baron has been reset, mid lane prio generated, but now Xiaoxu comes in with the unstoppable onslaught. Jue jumping in after popping the unbreakable will, and they're going to instantly try to burst down Wink. The rail is down, but the Between Worlds lands onto 3 targets. Sheer gets knocked back with the pillar, but a flash forward comes in from Care. He forces Pays back, but now Pays is going to be able to dish out some more damage, and Sean is still unkillable on the front line. Care goes down, it's 3-for-1 overall, and JDG here looking for more. Jachi gets pillared, Jachi gets taken very low. The Lamb's Respite not going to save him for much longer. It'll at least get him 1 kill back, and now Milky Way is stuck in a 1v3, but Xiaoxi's looking to chase him down. The Q not going to connect, but Scout will jump to the wall, look to finish it off. It's an ace for JD Gaming.
And another fight that JDG seemed to claw out from the victory where they had previously found defeat. They're going to break open the base with that mid push and then turn right back towards that Baron. Jun not going to be alive, but they're going to have the HP advantage from Wink. And, you know, I say that, they're actually all recalling, so Baron not on the cards for them.
河道太黑了，旁边还有个 Scout 在卡位置压伤害，大招一盖直接把人给秒了。哇，小学弟的这个团结消耗让对面直接丢失个辅助，那这样龙是完全看不了了，位置完全被卡死。希尔绕出来了，想硬来找 Scout 一闪接大招，英雄登场过来 ，Scout 有金身躲了对面第一波，压起身的一个超跑还将闪现躲开了。哦哟，小学弟极其的专注。
贼飘逸，这波活了下来，
再一撞到了杨杰，杨杰这位置没有闪现已经必死无疑了。大龙再拿下来，这把京东的优势已经非常的大了。
高中路一大波兵线，
想一波了，
想慢慢的送一下，有点机会，因为巨魔坑塔也很快，但是来人防守，
但打前排确实速度还行，反吸过来吸到了 Milky Way，Milky Way 没交出任何的技能，直接被融掉了。这边还要点希尔，巨魔开了大招，有点扛不住。 大招结束的一瞬间就倒地了，拆基地感觉要结束比赛了，再压上来是一个门牙塔爆掉了以后，大招又过来，来个 EQ 顺爆了对面的 AD。希尔想来一脚啊，但是踢不着人，被拉扯晕掉了。马上要复活的杨杰也防止不了对面推自己的注水机了，恭喜 JDG 2-0，收获了自己的第2个胜场。
是的，恭喜 JDG。
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.